The MGC Square-1 has been around since 2021, and since then, it has broken many world records and is still considered to be the best Square-1 on the market. So what happens when YJ tries to make a V2 to the legendary MGC Square-1? In this video, we're gonna find out. So this is the box. It looks very nice. Here we go. Here's the cube, and here is the adjustments. Yeah, I kind of like the screwdriver. It's nice. Anyway, this is the cube. Now, let me just say I'm not very good at Square-1, so take my opinion with a few grains of salt. Here we are, and okay. Okay, so this cube is really nice. It's very tactile. That's the first thing I notice about it. It's also lightweight. I like that this is lightweight because it makes it a lot easier to hold and to use. You know, like the original, the V1 here. And also just want to point out, I just put black caps on this one. This one has yellow. It's just pretend that they're the same. The V1 just feels a bit heavier. It feels very blocky compared to the V2, which is like really tactile and quite light as well. So in addition to being a lot lighter and a lot more tactile, also has what YJ has called an improved magnet scheme. That basically means that these magnets here on the slice layer are stronger because there's less magnets, and the magnets between this part of the corner and this part of the middle layer are weaker because there are more magnets here. It's not overpowering. Honestly, this isn't an issue I think I ever noticed with the V1. I don't think the magnets on this ever needed to be changed, honestly. It definitely helps with tactility because of the magnet strengths. It also does make the slice a little bit slower. Here, it just feels very smooth. Yeah, so the slice on this just feels very natural. The slice on this feels very tactile, which isn't a bad thing. And I've seen a lot of people complain that the slice magnets are way too strong, and I would kind of disagree. They are a bit strong, but it's not as bad as people say. It is noticeably stronger than it is on the V1, but I think if we lube it, it probably won't be too bad. And then also the UV coating on this cube, it's a very nice touch and something I really wanted on the original MGC. Now, there are some issues with this cube, and that is what a lot of people seem to be focusing on. I'll show you the main focus. Now you can take out the screw and pull apart the cube at the slice layer. So this is what the V2 looks like, and this is what the V1 looks like. The structure is exactly the same. The only difference is like these visible magnets, and also a small detail that is surprisingly important. This is like a track that the pieces of the Square-1 that they turn on, and they have these ridges here that slot into the track. This, it's very stable. This is a V2 edge, this is a V1 edge. This small little notch right here in the V2 edge, and that causes a lot of problems. And it's not just this specific problem, but it's also just that the V2 in general has more brittle pieces, and that's not good. So that's why you'll see, like, a lot of people will say that their Square-1 broke, or it popped, or that something happened with it because a piece broke. And it really is a very big structural issue. And another problem that a lot of people, and even I myself, agree with, is that it's really lacking in technology compared to the V1. Now, they have the exact same technology with only a few minor changes on the V2, and that's the real problem. It's not that they took out technology, it's just that they didn't add more technology that we have seen works and is better. V1 was modded by PyCube. There's a PyCube modded version, and it adds something called equator magnets. Basically a magnet between the slice layer and this part of the edge. And that basically makes it so that when you're doing U-turns like this, you still have nice strong magnet alignment. The V2 doesn't have that, and it doesn't have maglev. I modded my V1 to actually have maglev. The problem is that people have known for a long time, or for a little while now, that maglev is better than springs on Square-1. But yeah, overall it's good, but it's not that much better. We're gonna put the maglev on this. So now the maglev repels, and we will now just screw this in. Let me not do that yet because I'm gonna lube it, and I'm gonna show you guys how to lube it. So now what you want to do is with your Square-1 taken apart like this, you want to lube this track up here, and you want to lube the slice layer. Normally I'd clean this out, but it's new, so I'm going to take this up here, and you want to put some lube kind of here on this part of the track, and you don't want to put any on this part here on the edge, because otherwise it'll leak out and get really messy. And you'll put that back in the track, and also you can just put a little bit directly on the track. I want to put a little bit on each of the tracks and then some on the slice layer, but we'll do that at the end. So then you kind of just want to put your pieces back in here, and now you want to lube the slice layer, and it might look like a little bit excessive, but it's not. You just kind of want to put a bunch of lube on it, and then maybe a little bit of rush, and also maybe just a little bit of rush on the track. Now, you want to be careful when you're reassembling this. You want to put the screw back in, and like I said, you also want to make it tight, because even though this cube is tactile, if it's loose, it will lock up and pop. Then you put your cap back on, and just gonna break in the lube a little bit. So now it's feeling a lot smoother and a bit faster. So before I conclude, I'm going to just do a few solves on the V2 here, just to kind of get a feel for it. So to quickly conclude what the difference between these two cubes is, the V2 has UV coating. The main difference is that it is a lot more tactile than the V1. You know, during solves, the V1 is kind of blocky, but the V2, even when you lube it, it still has a very tactile feel. I will say that the magnets in the slice layer are a little bit too strong. They're not unbearable. So the MGC Square-1 V2 is overall a pretty good pick. If you like tactile Square-1s and if you don't mind the pieces being a little bit more brittle, it's definitely better than a stock V1 if you ask me. But if you already have a V1, I wouldn't recommend getting a V2 because it's not that much better. But if you don't have a V1 and you really like tactile cubes, I would definitely suggest trying this out and also adding some maglev. The maglev really helps. And overall, it is a very good cube. Maybe a tad bit disappointing because I do wish YJ put a little bit more technology into it, you know, equator magnets and maglev. It's very good, it's very tactile, maybe a little bit brittle and could have been a little bit better, but it's still a very solid pick. Although I don't know if I see that many people switching to it in the upcoming years. I'll let you guys know, because I'm going to be at a comp and competing for Square-1. So I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys updated. I will try my best to count how many people use this Square-1 versus this Square-1. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and maybe share this video with someone you know. And I'll see you guys in the next one.